Hello and welcome to week 3 of AC1160 Advanced Accounting Fundamentals. Remember that the contact information is here with the name, the email address, and the phone number. The email address probably being the best way to contact me. We also have the office hours down here. That is a different call-in number. It is in a question and answer format. Not mandatory, not in a lecture format, but if you got questions, that's a good place to go for them at that time. It is carved out. We have a conference code number. That code may change, so go in here and check when you call in. Once you call in, if we need to go in and do some screen share, then we can do those on a as needed basis at that time, and that works well generally. You also have the YouTube channel up here if you wanted to go into the YouTube channel and go directly to any items that lecture items down here. So remember, we're down here under Charter College down here. So here it is, and you can review some other stuff for some other classes if you wanted to go directly there rather than going to links. So I'm going to go back up to the Moodle rooms up top, down to the current course week that we are in, week 3. And in week 3, we got the objectives, we have the topics. Basically, we are covering chapter 10 and chapter 12. So chapter 10 is going to be property, plants, and equipment. That's going to be an important one to take a look at because we're going to talk about depreciation and the difference of when we're going to put something on the balance sheet as an asset versus an expense. And then we'll start partnerships. Partnerships will then continue on the next the next week. And the thing that's important about partnerships is most of the stuff will be the same as any other type of entity. The big difference, of course, being the equity section with multiple partners at that time. So we're going to scroll down. We got the discussion forum. So of course, remember that we need 4 posts at least on the discussion forum. I would post more like 7 or 8 times. Post has to add content. So remember to add content on the post to get full credit with them, and make sure to reference any resources you get from somewhere else and paraphrase them preferably. Then we have the assignments and the homework, which are all in Connect, as well as the midterm. So I would still check them off down here. Get in the habit of checking them off because this is where you have a list of your assignments. But they are all going to be up here in McGraw-Hill's Connect. So let's take a look at that. We are in week 3, so we'll hit the drop down for week 3. So we have the homeworks are actually listed first. You may want to do them first because they will kind of walk through the book. So remember, if you're reading the book, I would read the book over here, not in LearnSmart, because you have more features and functions, and then do the multiple choice questions. Within the LearnSmart, there should only be like 25. Then you can use those to practice for the quiz if you so choose. We then have the longer assignments, the workbook type assignments, where we have the paperclip in order to help out with the assignment. So remember, you don't have to turn in the paperclip, but you can use it to help with the assignment. Highly recommend to do so. If you opened this paperclip, for example, you would find this Excel sheet, which has the instructional videos on how to calculate all these. And then it has a worksheet in which you can calculate these using either the same numbers as the videos or the new numbers if you want to practice. Doing the calculations for these methods, straight line, double declining units of production, good practice to do because the hardest part of them is just setting up the worksheet, whether you do it by hand or whether you do it in Excel. Just where are you going to put the numbers and how are you going to set up the grid is the part that once you have that down, these problems are not difficult. Getting that down takes some time. Repetition, even of the same problem, is very useful in order to get that down. So we're going to go back over here and back into this, and that's going to be it. So then we got the midterm, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So make sure to pick that up before the end of the class. We cannot generally make up quizzes in midterms unless there's an unusual circumstance, in which case we take that on a case-by-case basis. So let me know if there's a problem, and we'll take that on that specific case base. Then if we go back here, we're back into Moodle Rooms. Going to scroll up to the Gradebook and over here to the left-hand side where we have the Gradebook. And remember that as far as week 2 goes, week 2 is going to end, and everything should be in there in week 3 by Tuesday, hopefully Tuesday around noon. So you want to go in here at Tuesday around noon. Make sure that everything from week 2, as well as anything prior to week 2, has been updated in accordance with what you think it should be. And if it's not, I mean, if you have anything that's 0 or less than full credit, then think about picking it up. You can generally pick up late work on most of the assignments and the homework. If you do pick up late work within week 3 for anything prior to week 3, as well as the current work within week 3, that should be fully graded by The close of the week is on Sunday, and then once again, I have until Tuesday, basically by noon, to fully update that. So anything that is done within week 3, whether it be week 3 work or prior week makeup work, should be updated in the gradebook following week 3, closing on Sunday. I have until Tuesday at noon to do that. And then if you have any questions, then of course, contact me on that. And that's going to be it for week 3. So have a great week 3.